Okay, YOSHIMITSU. Where to start? Welcome guys to the YOSHIMITSU guide, the beginner's guide. And it's quite hard to actually do a beginner's guide on YOSHIMITSU, I think, because he has lots of gimmicks. I feel like some people who are completely new to the character, they might be a little bit overwhelmed, but at the same time they want to play YOSHIMITSU because he looks so cool, right? He's the cyber samurai. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. At the end of this video, you're going to know a basic combo, a basic strategy, like a game plan that you should focus on at the beginning, at the start. And while I'm talking a little bit about his gimmicks, I'm trying to not focus too much on them, because if you focus too much on the gimmicks of Yoshi, you're going to get overwhelmed. So it is very important when you try to pick Yoshi up that you take it slow, that you also apply fundamentals when it comes to Tekken, like basic movement, because Yoshi is not that straightforward. You cannot just rush down and press buttons with the character and hope for the best like you can do with other characters. Like, for example, Lars. Lars is a very beginner-friendly character, very straightforward character. Yoshi plays a little bit more defensive, so you need to take a little bit more slower. And at the same time, sometimes when you press buttons, what can happen is that you end up in some stances, like flying stance, pogo stance, or something that you didn't want it to end up. And especially when you're playing versus characters that are beginners, like when you started out, you're a beginner yourself. You also face different beginners at the opponent's side, and beginners, they tend to press a lot of buttons. So while you are in stance with YOSHIMITSU, you cannot block. So that means that even if you face versus someone who's starting out themselves, it is totally possible that they can just jab you out of your stance because they never stop pressing buttons. Yeah. So when you try Yoshi, take it slow. Go into the lab maybe a little bit longer than you would used to be with other characters, just to get that button timing and sequences down until you're confident enough that you don't press different buttons accidentally, and so you cannot get overwhelmed by some other meshing type of beginner player. Yeah. So without further ado, let's start with basic pokes. Like I said, I'm trying to cut it down to not overwhelm you guys, so there are not going to be so many or as many pokes as you maybe find with other characters. So the first basic poke with YOSHIMITSU would be 2-2. And as you can see already, he puts away the sword. Now, on block, you can't really do much after that. On block, you just have to block yourself then, because you're -1. Yeah. So if you get blocked, block yourself, wait for what the enemy does, maybe poke again. What you then want to do is to draw the sword again. You want to press up, back, and 1+2. And then Yoshi will draw the sword, and you can also heal yourself a little bit, stuff like that. Yeah, but it's like a massive reach, very good move, but has some startup. So when you get blocked, they will hit you out of that. So when you hit the move, when you hit 2-2, you can then go into up, back, 1+2. Okay, but if you get blocked, keep blocking yourself. Don't throw this right after you're getting blocked, because you're likely to get punished for it or counter hit. Yeah. So do the follow up with up, back, 1+2 only if you hit 2-2. Also worth mentioning, the last hit in this sequence is not a natural combo, but as you can see, you deal a lot of chip damage. Yeah, so even if you get blocked after this, after 2-2, it's still, if you hit 2-2, it's still worth going for this move because of the chip damage. Okay. Next poke is classic down forward 1. You can also extend in down forward 1-4. But you are unsafe after that. So if you get blocked, you can see that you're going to be I think it was -12. Yeah, so you can get jab punished. Up 2 is a nice poke. It takes a bit longer because the attack animation is quite long, but it has good range, and Yoshi is jumping, so you avoid low attacks. And sometimes, like, I feel like the animation feels very, very weird, so people don't expect to get hit low when you jump. So keep in mind that you can use this move, but don't spam it when you're in the face of the opponent, because they will likely just jab you out of it. And another classic is the crouching one. If you press down 1, you get this move, and if you press down forward 1, you get this move. So if you want to do the crouch jab, you have to press down first and then 1. If you press it at the same time, you get a different move, and you don't want that. So keep in mind, if you want to down jab, if you want to dig jab, like people say in Tekken, press down first and then 1. Now let's talk fancy stuff. And because YOSHIMITSU has, like I said, a lot of gimmicks, this is probably the biggest fancy stuff list I've ever done in any of my guides. But this time, like, I'm keeping it to a minimum. Yeah, so there's not much that you should focus on, especially at the beginning, because it might overblow your mind. So the classic is back 1, and then you can just keep pressing 1. If you press it too much, YOSHIMITSU will get dizzy. So that's a classic everyone probably knows from playing Tekken 3 as a child, or maybe even Tekken 2 or something like that. So classic Yoshi move. Also down back 3, same stuff. If you spin too much, you will fall down. This is quite good round ender, because Yoshi's also going crouch, so you can crush highs. Crushing means if you crush a move, it means you basically evade it. Yeah, that's what you call a high crush. High crush in the game means someone attacks you with a high move, and you duck under it and attack. You evade the move at the same time while you are attacking. This is called this is the term for crushing in Tekken. Another fancy move is down back 1+2. Now if you hold it, you can just hold the direction. You don't have to hold the buttons, just hold the direction, and Yoshi will go into this weird animation here. Cool stuff is he's actually crouching there, so he will crush jabs. Jabs will miss Yoshi if he's like that, even if it looks weird, even if you're not really crouching, but he's in crouching state there. You can see it at the bottom. And once you're in that, let's call it a stance, you can press 1 or 2 for the poison breath, and it is unblockable, yeah? So in some scenarios, even while the animation is quite long to go into the stance, in some scenarios you can actually duck high attacks, like jabs, and then counter with the poison breath. Or you can press one of the kick buttons, 3 or 4, it doesn't matter, and you will jump backwards and evade. Or you can just let go of the movement button, of the joystick, of the D-pad, whatever you're using, right? And you will just cancel it. Nice keep out, let's call it like that, but if you're in the face of the opponent, it is very risky as well. So just here to show you that he has a gimmick like that, but I wouldn't try to work a game plan around that one. If you hit though, you can actually go into a combo, right? So don't try to win the game just with that move. Another fancy move he has is the flash. It is only 8 frames, it's very fast, and it counters opponent's attack. So let's say Kazuya is attacking. The timing can be a little bit tricky here, but it is totally doable. As you can see here, I missed it now, so there you go. So Yoshi's flash is like a parry move, and after that you can do your own stuff. But the timing can be quite tricky, a little bit. Yeah, it's only 8 frames, but I would recommend to also lap this a little bit. It's much stronger in heat, but just so you know that the move exists. Yeah, very good move. Yeah. Then we have 1+2, and it also puts Yoshi into a stance, and from there you can do different other attacks and strings, even a launcher, some cool stuff like that. Don't focus too much on it, because you can get jabbed out of it, you cannot block, but you can actually press forward while you're in it, and Yoshi will go into crouch. So you can, if you're feeling cocky, you can do this and then press forward, to avoid the opponent's jab and then hit them back. But if they use a mid on you, you're done. This move has a parry as well, a built-in parry. But as you can see, the timing is also quite... it can be quite tricky. There you go, that worked. So, yeah, it is also something I recommend you labbing it. Okay? So don't rely on it too much. You cannot just sit here and spam this in the face of the opponent just because you think, yeah, I'm gonna parry this. You see, there was no parry now. It can actually be tricky to do this on fast attacks. Then we have crouching down forward 1. It's an unblockable. But because you need to be crouching, you need to hold down forward a little bit and then press 1. And then you can do combo again, right? It's combo time. Now the flying stuff. YOSHIMITSU has a flying stance. I wouldn't mind too much entering the stance manually. If you want to do it's up 1+2. But he can actually transition into flying from different attacks. So don't focus on going into this flying stance manually. Just use the moves, the combos that you have. I will talk about the combos soon. But use them to get into flying, and from there you can do stuff, right? Use other moves. Don't just enter the stance randomly. From that, you can actually press 1. This can also launch on counter hit, and it's a mid. You can press 2. It's like a jab, and you keep flying. You can press 3 for low poke, and you can press 4 as a heat engager. But for the start, you can even do more, right? But for the start, focus on this one here and this one. And if you press 3+4, you have a grab. And this one is really good. If you pressure on, if you get pressure going on the opponent, and they are in the defensive game plan now. They are playing defensively, and you're flying in front of their face. Use the grab to throw them off. And the last fancy move that I want to present to you is quarter circle forward. So it's down, forward, forward, right? Quarter circle. It's like a Hadoken, and then you press 2. It's a grab that will damage the opponent a little bit, and it will also heal you. Yeah, it's like the Hadoken input from Street Fighter. If you played that game, you can use multiple launches with YOSHIMITSU, even a sidestep launcher. But I would advise to focus on 2. That's down forward 2 and up forward 3. You can start with those. And from that launcher, it's combo time. The combo, I'm going to show you the combo on screen. This time we're not doing sample combos. First, let's start with something super simple, okay? After a launch, you can use down 2, 2, 2, and then just down 2, 2, 2 again. That's it. Super simple stuff. If you don't feel confident with Yoshi yet, if you're just starting out, don't be afraid or don't feel ashamed to use something like this. It's 51 damage. It's of course not massive damage, but it's still fine. Yeah, use it. If you feel comfortable with this, use it for the start to get your game going, to get a feel for the character. Now, if you want to do something better, you should use this combo here. And from here, we have different options, okay? We are going to go into the game plan very soon. You can end this combo also with down 2, 2, 2. Now in heat, stuff changes dramatically, yeah? When Yoshi is in heat, he has an armor break. And the armor break, it's going to be 1+2, 2, and then you hold 1+2. Looks like this. This is actually an armor break, so if the opponent is blocking, they will get hit. And I will demonstrate this now, okay? So when you're in heat and you do your combo stuff, look at this. You will miss the first hit. And as the opponent is getting up, you will hit them with the armor break. You don't want to move forward, because if you do, you will F it up. You see? You miss the armor break. You want to stay where you are. Like when you do this combo here, and you press 2 and then 2, 4, the opponent will be in the perfect distance for this armor break to work. So when you're in heat, you do the sequence into this sequence, and it is the armor break. After the armor break, you have a guaranteed back to 2. Back to 2 is also your heat engager. And it's also your best whiff punish. So let me slide that in real quick. Back to 2, it's your whiff punish. And your game plan looks like this. You want to go into heat, no matter how you do it, but back to 2 is usually a good idea to do so. Once you're in heat, you use the launch. If the opponent is not ducking, fine. You know what he's doing now, right? You can still do stuff like this. You can grab. You can do all kinds of stuff that you want in heat. You can also go into heat and, for example, do a grab, right? If they keep stand blocking. But if they will duck, if you condition them to duck. Now, let's say he crouch blocks after we hit him, right? And you can do a launch. Boom. And then you do your combo sequence again. Now the armor break. And you can do something like this, yeah? You can also continue the combo. You can actually do the same combo again, yeah? You can do the very same combo again. It all depends what happens. You have two different outcomes basically, right? Opponent is blocking. You will do the armor break and the opponent is staggered, yeah, because of the armor break. Now you can do a free back 2-2 and use that because you're in heat, yeah? And use that as a heat dash to start the same combo again. Or what you can do is, if you actually get the hit, if you score the hit on the opponent, you get another combo opportunity. So it's always the same combo. You want to learn this combo here, right? This, and then 2-2, yeah, into 2-4. But once you get this combo down, you can use this combo in so many different ways. For now, just as the simple game plan, try to get into heat, apply the launch, do the combo, into the armor break, into another combo. Depending on the map, of course. This one here is at the wall, so I couldn't keep going, but you can actually do the same combo again. You can also, you can do this again here, and you can just do it again, right? Another combo. And then you end it with something like this. Or just down 2-2-2. Depending on the situation. Sometimes your opponent is a little bit too far away to hit this one here. That is the 3-2, 1+2. But if you're not sure if you can actually hit it, just do down 2-2-2 as the ender, okay? It's fine. You don't have to go crazy. The most important part is that you do the first part of the combo into the armor break, and then, depending on the outcome, you react fast enough. Your brain has to make this switch, like, is it now a block or is it a hit? If it's a block, back 2-2 into heat dash into combo. If it's a hit, another combo, just into combo, okay? All right. Then, one last thing I want to talk about is plus frames as well with running 3. Yoshi has running 3 as his running move, like many people have running moves, yeah. So you are +5, like many people are in this game, right? Many characters are plus in running moves. Yoshi has some specific gimmick there as well, of course. If you're running 3 and then hold up, you will actually transition into the flying stance. And yeah, since you are plus, you know what time it is. Grab time. Just use the grab. Or use a different move, yeah, from flying. Because you're plus, it's very, very much guaranteed that you actually hit the follow-up. Of course, there are some moves that are a little bit faster than you probably, but it's if the opponent gets pressured, especially in low level, yeah? I'm talking about low ranks here. People like to press buttons a lot, yeah, but once you get the upper hand, they start to become a little bit, maybe a little bit afraid, scared of you, and just stand there. And once they just stand there, yeah, do the grab from the dragonfly stance, yeah. And yeah, that's actually it. That's what I wanted to talk about YOSHIMITSU. I will, as what I always do with my guides, I will show you live matches. I just played Yoshi a couple of times online and ranked, so you can get real life examples, or real examples. Tekken is not real life, of course, so thank God. Imagine you have demons shooting lasers at you. No, you're going to see some examples, how I'm applying this strategy, what I was exactly talking about just now. And there you can maybe get a better idea how it works. So like I said, Yoshi is a very cool looking character, a very stylish character, has a lot of gimmicks that can throw around your game plan. So if you starting out with Yoshi, try to stick to this basic game plan first. And once you reach red ranks, you can make the decision to continue playing Yoshi, or you can say, you know what, dude, this character is just too weird for me, I'm moving on to another one. But for the first time, for the start, until red ranks, this should be your first working game plan with Yoshi. Oh damn, I totally forgot about his power crush, forward 4. Okay, forward 4 is his power crush. Every player should use a power crush. You know what a power crush is, it's an armored move, yeah? So if you get pressured, people like to press buttons a lot in low ranks, use the power crush to get them away from you, to make them a little bit more respect you, yeah? Alright, that's about Yoshi. Like I said, real match examples coming up now. And if you like the video, leave a like, subscribe, comment on it. That's also what I like you to do. If you are actually a YOSHIMITSU player, an advanced YOSHIMITSU player, even better, and you feel like there is still some stuff that new players could make use of, just write it in the comments, please, and I will pin that comment, of course, to the comment section, so every new viewer can then also read your comment and maybe learn something as well, something additional to the stuff that I was talking about now. I just felt like keeping it simple to the stuff that I was just talking about is better for beginners at the start, but you guys are always welcome to add your own stuff to it, of course. Every player is different, everyone learns on a different pace, so but I feel like this one is working quite good for beginners. It certainly worked for me, and I hope it will work for you. And with that said, have fun playing YOSHIMITSU.